Ahead of the 2024 elections, another Snoopgate scandal breaks out. Multiple opposition MPs such as Shashi Tharoor, Mahua Moitra, Priyanka Chaturvedi, Asaduddin Owaisi have claimed messages from Apple warning of, quote, state-sponsored attackers trying to remotely compromise, quote-unquote, their phones. They've tweeted pictures of the alerts saying Apple believes you're being targeted by state-sponsored attackers who are trying to remotely compromise the iPhone associated with your Apple ID. Attackers likely targeting you because of who you are or what you do. They may access your data, communications, microphone and camera. Opposition is fumed over what it calls an attack on democracy, while Mahua called it Lok Sabha Speaker's Raj Dharma to question the Home Ministry officials. Others in Congress have directly blamed the centre. Aam Aadmi Party has linked this alleged snooping to elections, while Rahul Gandhi has linked it to Adani. Listen in.
कम लोग हैं जो इसके खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं, मगर हम डरने वाले नहीं हैं, हम लड़ने वाले लोग हैं, हम पीछे नहीं हटेंगे। जितनी टैपिंग करनी है कर लो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मुझे तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। अगर आपको मेरा फोन चाहिए मैं दे देता हूं, आपको उठा के ले लो।
तो बड़े दुख की बात है, आज हमारे डेमोक्रेसी में, लोकतंत्र में आजादी और आपकी प्राइवेसी को भी ये किस लिए उसको खत्म करना चाहते हैं? आखिरकार जासूसी किस लिए? और इस सीमा तक कि जो पार्टी के बड़े नेता हैं, पार्टियों के बड़े नेता हैं, उनके मोबाइल सर्वेलेंस में ले लिए जाए, उनकी जानकारी हो जाए, ये बड़ा दुखद है और डेमोक्रेसी में इसके लिए कोई जगह नहीं है। इसकी जांच हो, सरकार जांच करके बताएगा क्यों ऐसा चल रहा है।
But there's a twist in the tale. Apple has released a statement saying that it didn't attribute threats to any specific state-sponsored attacker and that such attackers are very well funded and sophisticated. It goes on to clarify that it's possible that some threat signals may be imperfect or a false alarm. Such threats alerts, meanwhile, are not specific to opposition party MPs in India but sent to accounts in nearly 150 nations. The BJP has dismissed the snooping charge as being baseless and false, while Information and Technology Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has promised a probe by a technically qualified experts panel. He's also attacked the opposition as quote-unquote compulsive critics who've made allegations for destructive politics.
Friends, these compulsive critics, they have only one habit. Whenever they don't have any major issue, the only thing they'll say is surveillance. This they have tried few years back. We conducted a proper investigation. The matter was supervised by the Honorable Judiciary also. Nothing came out of that investigation. So this is a falsehood that some compulsive critics are trying to spread. They want to distract the country. They want to distract the people from the progress that the country is making under Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji's leadership.
ये क्या मैसेज है नहीं है ये उनका कहना है ना, उसको उनसे परेशानी है तो एफआईआर कर दें एफआईआर। कौन रोक रहा है उनको? क्या वैसे ही हो जाए राहुल गांधी ने देश में हल्ला करके कि मेरा फोन पेगासस में हैक हुआ है और जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा अपना फोन दीजिए इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए बिफोर द कमिटी, नहीं दिया उन्होंने। लेकिन ये सब कहने के पहले सरकार पर आरोप, ये बिल्कुल बेबुनियाद है, फॉल्स है।
All right, let's take this across. In fact, to our guest joining us is Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan. He's the national spokesperson of BJP. Manish Pariyar is political analyst. Joining us with us also is Rohan Mitra, political analyst. Vivek Sailas is national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Let me start with you first, Guru Prakash Paswan. Here you have opposition MPs who are alleging that this is some kind of attempt of snooping that is on them, where in fact the iPhones have come out and through the iPhones they've received alerts rather that there is an attempt or a possible attempt at quote-unquote state-sponsored hacking.
Madhav, I would like to respond to this question in 2 points. Number one, we have to understand that the privacy of our citizen is of topmost priority. And the opposition, clearly, some of the leaders in the opposition camp, they have jumped the guns. The similar messages has also come to people in Armenia and host of other countries. So India is not the exclusive country, or the leaders of some opposition parties are not exclusively entitled to this special message that has come from Apple. Number two, this has happened in the past before. Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi has said, "Hamara phone tap hota hai." There was a Supreme Court monitored committee, a Supreme Court appointed committee that found absolutely there is no logic, fact or truth to those allegations. I want to ask Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Madam Priyanka Gandhi, Mr. Owaisi, Madam Moitra, just to grab attention, just to have some television time, just to have some Twitter reels. I think this is absolutely beyond my comprehension. You have to play a victim card. You have to be a compulsive critic, then come out with some constructive opposition. There is absolutely no truth to these allegations. This has happened before. This is a failed script.
Okay, Rohan Mitra, respond to that. This is a failed script. It's been attempted before with Pegasus, says the BJP spokesperson. And you know, one interesting point that I will take off from where Guru Prakash has spoken is that, you know, at that point of time when those proceedings were on, of course, we all know what the conclusion of those proceedings were. But Mr. Rahul Gandhi today says that "Mera phone aake le lo, mujhe koi problem nahi hai." At that point of time, he did not participate in those proceedings, despite those very grave allegations that were being leveled. Why is that the case, Rohan?
Good evening, Madhav. Good evening to all your viewers. Madhav, the Pegasus report was not sent out by Rahul Gandhi or any of the India supporting people. It came out with the Guardian. And when the Supreme Court ordered the probe, the report also highlighted the fact that the center did not cooperate with the committee. Coming back to today's point, did or did not Apple send out the email? They did, right? You're saying there's a twist in the tale. There's no twist. We wake up in the morning. If today the Congress was in the government, and if for any matter, the BJP spokesperson or a BJP leader or one of the BJP allies, they were in the opposition and they got an email from Apple saying that, you know, your device or your laptop or your Apple ID is under threat. There has been a hacking probability. Will you not report it? Will you not make it an issue? Is that not an issue for the opposition to talk about? Why is the government not going to tell us? If something like this comes into the public domain and you're expecting the opposition to keep quiet, has a single BJP person or a
Rohan Mitra, but the point is that this has allegedly happened in other countries as well. Apparently 150 countries. Apple has put out a statement. Apple has put out a statement that perhaps it's not state-sponsored hacking or snooping.
It's not a problem. So, Madhav, you're saying that it's not a problem.
Do you not believe Apple's statement, sir? Do you have reason to doubt Apple's statement?
I read Apple's statement, but you're telling me if an opposition MP's phone is targeted, there should be no investigation.
No, there are questions over whether it's been targeted or not. There are question marks over whether it's been targeted or not. The government has come out with its own version. They've said they're going to set up a panel to inquire it. My simple question to you, Rohan, is this. I'm asking you a very simple question, sir. Mr. Gandhi today says that take my phone up for investigation. Why did he not submit it before the Pegasus panel of the Supreme Court? That's a simple question which you've not answered yet.
Giving your phone away to anybody, Mother, tomorrow, if somebody asks you to give your phone to somebody for checking, will you give it?
If it's a matter of snooping on me, then certainly, sir. You can't level an allegation, then not cooperate with the investigation.
Let's have a new committee. He'll give it. He said today on record. He'll give it.
Is it that simple? Manish Barrier, is it that simple? Is it that simple? Rahul today says that if there's a committee, Rohan says that if there's a committee now that he'll give his phone. But we all know what's happened in the past as Guru Prakash has referred to it.
Yeah, good evening to all my co-panelists also. See, matter is serious. There is no doubt over it. And one is concerned. But to level an allegation against the government, just, on the basis of one email which have come to you, I think that is something which is, it shows the negative mindset of the opposition leaders. I would also like you, and your viewers to really point this out, that in American elections, as well as in recent Canadian elections, there have been vested interests who have taken part in those, elections, and they have tried to manipulate the elections. And we know that India is becoming day by day powerful, and our standing is growing. And there is a chance that some kind of a conspiracy could also be there from some of the vested interests outside the country. And therefore, it is very important for the opposition leaders to be more responsible. So, there could be many things. Now, to take advantage of these kind of emails and by alleging to the government for this, I think it's a very bad precedent, which so many of opposition leaders are really, starting, because then that will create a lot of confusion in the minds of people also. So one, it is highly irresponsible, and second, they should have actually waited from Apple that they have clarified, and they should have also waited for the government to really make their statement on this. And the government has announced that it's going to be, a committee is going to be there, and they're going to look at it.
Okay.
But, it's a serious issue. I think they should look at and also look at global, things and how things are panning out before making such kind of statements and allegations.
All right. Vivek Salas, you've heard what the IT minister said. He says that there are compulsive critics of the government who always, think negatively, and that's led to this entire controversy. It's a statement from the IT minister. He has nevertheless formed a committee to look into this entire matter, which will, in fact, be looking at this entire matter very closely and will comprise of experts. What do you make of this statement, Vivek Salas, as far as compulsive critics of the government are concerned?
Actually, I just want to say, if Mr. Ashwini Vaibhav, who is the IT minister,
Ashwini Vaishnav,
something wouldn't have been very serious. Ashwini Vaishnav, yeah. So he says the government is concerned and we are looking deep into the matter, and we'll definitely go for a probe in this matter. So if the matter was just something very ordinary, he wouldn't have given such a statement. That is all. And what the Apple company says, the Apple Corporation said it's a very sophisticated and extremely well-funded attack. That is what the Apple company says. It's a very serious matter. And what Mr. Piyush Goyal has said, he's trying to, put some other concepts into the mind of the people of India. He says, he's blaming the Apple company. He says that it has been done in the 150 more countries across the world, which is absolutely not true. And what statement has been given by the Apple Corporation is a copy-paste of the statement that was given on the 22nd of August 2023.
So
people don't know about that.
True?
Actually, it is the copy-paste of the statement that was given on... I think today, if we see what...
You're saying the Apple statement that is out there in the public domain is not true? It's been very widely reported, Mr. Salas.
Statement that has been issued by the Apple Corporation was given on 22nd of August 2023. You can just check on it.
Okay.
You can just, I have checked on it. It was given on the 22nd.
Okay, this is an old statement. Guru Prakash, please respond to Mr. Salas. He says that this statement has actually come out in August this year. It's not a new statement, he says. Please respond to him.
No, Madhav, you see, it's an old wine in an old bottle. Mr. Rahul Gandhi made similar allegations before. What did he say? I'll quote him: all my phones and electronic devices are under surveillance by a software. He makes an allegation, but he refuses to submit all his phones and electronic devices for examination. What is this dual standard? What is your hypocrisy? If you have any doubt, if you have even 1% of doubt, why don't you file an FIR? Please go ahead and file an FIR. Chor ki dadi mein tinka. This is clearly chor ki dadi mein tinka. This is clearly chor ki dadi mein tinka. Please listen to me, sir. If you have any doubt, why have you not filed an FIR till now? You are a compulsive critique. विरोध के लिए विरोध करना है, आलोचना के लिए आलोचना करना है. You have no clear issues, you have no constructive issues, but you have to attack the government. So this has come out for you. This is a useless issue, Madhav. The opposition is just trying to grab some news attention. The opposition is just trying to make some prime time debate out of it, and nothing beyond that. This has happened in other countries as well. Why there is no issue? The Apple itself has come out with the clarification, but you won't believe it.
But Guru Prakash, there's a question. There's a question in the minds of many that why is this happening only with opposition leaders? One second. Guru Prakash, question many are asking is that has this happened to any of the members of parliament from the ruling party? Because if it has happened, we at least don't know about it.
No, Madhav. No, Madhav, you have to take a screenshot and post it on Twitter. If it would have happened with any of the members of the ruling party, why would they share it? Why would they post it on social media? This is a normal trivial issue being glamorized by the opposition party.
That would blunt the argument of the opposition, Guru Prakash, if you actually did that.
Glamorized by the opposition party just to seek attention. No, is Madhav, is Apple part of the BJP? Is Apple the IT wing of the BJP? I don't understand. Apple is a different corporation, not even based in India. Apple is based in the United States of America. But what sort of statement is that? What sort of statement is that? Is Apple an Indian company, yes or no? Is Apple an Indian company, yes or no? Is Apple the IT wing of the BJP, yes or no? What sort of statements are you making, sir?
Okay, Rohan, respond. Rohan, okay. Yeah. Okay, you've asked questions of Rohan. I'm going to allow him to respond to you. I'm allowing him to respond to you. Yes.
My point here is Apple sent out this email. It is not the opposition. It is not Mr. Rahul Gandhi, not Ms. Mahua Moitra, not anybody else who has sent out this email. It is Apple which sent out this email saying that, listen, your device is under threat.
Why have you not
and now
filed
you're telling me that Apple has given a clarification that everything is fine.
Why have you not filed an FIR till now? You should go ahead and file an FIR, sir.
Because we don't believe
Why has
your
there been no
investigation.
FIR till now?
We do not believe your investigation, sir. Your investigation
go ahead and file an FIR, sir.
Your investigation
You just want to grab some attention, that is it. You just want to grab some attention, you just want to make some headlines,
How can we believe you if you're going to file a complaint against you and you're only going to investigate it?
Absolutely no truth to this allegation. You just want to grab media attention and nothing beyond that.
Of course we want to grab media attention. Of course we want to tell it to the public. That is the way. This is the media. The media is a medium to tell the people of the country what is going on.
Because there is no truth.
Everyone needs to know what is going on, sir.
Allegations.
Okay. Let me bring in another episode, Rohan Mitra. There's also an entire episode of tech fog. In the past, there were very serious allegations. We've seen certain websites. I don't want to get into the specifics of it, but those challenges or those statements had to be ultimately withdrawn. The question that many are asking is this entire aspect of technology and the technical know-how or the IT cell, as the charges keep coming in from opposition parties, is there somehow an attempt at painting it in one direction, which may not be borne out by the facts? Perhaps has the opposition jumped the gun is a question that's being asked over here.
Madhav, you wake up in the morning, you receive an email. It's not from any of us. It's not it's Apple. It's the biggest company in the world. You get an email from them saying that your device is under threat. Is that not an issue? For a member of parliament of the opposition, one of the top leaders of the opposition, if they are getting an email from Apple, which is the biggest company in the world, saying that your device is under threat by a state-sponsored attack, is that not an issue for us to report? Is that not something for the media to take up?
Manish, I want Manish to respond to that. Manish, of course, media has covered it extensively. I don't think you can accuse the media on this count of not ignoring this issue. But let me ask Manish a simple question. Manish, the question I just asked Guru Prakash, is it just a coincidence that only opposition leaders have got this message?
So I would say that, again, that the opposition leaders have behaved irresponsibly. Because even if it had come to, let's take up a couple of, high-profile people, they would quietly give it to police or to the authorities, and they would like to, get it checked. Normally, one would not post it on social media and start accusing the government at the word go. That is something which is, which is very, very surprising how a lot of these leaders have really, come out in the media and then started attacking the government. You tell me, Madhav, or for that matter, any citizen, if something of this sort happens, do you post it on social media within 5 seconds? Or do you go to police and say, look, this is what is happening. Can you please help me out? Right? And that is what they should have done. But I'm sure they also understand it's not very serious. And even the Apple statement, if you say it's a concerted state-sponsored. Now, this is not, when you say state-sponsored, it doesn't mean that it's government. There are cabals, there are a lot of, groups of people, mercenaries, independent people. They can actually, try hacking some systems for their own benefits or maybe to disturb elections next year. We do not know. So therefore, I find it very bizarre that all these leaders and the way they have come up, and if you look at Twitter timeline, it's all very coordinated, it looks like. So it seems as if they have spoken to each other and then they have come out with something.
Vivek, let's respond to that because the very Apple statement of August that you're referring to, if you read the whole statement, it specifically says that this kind of alert does not necessarily mean that this is a state-sponsored attack. It could be hackers hackers, it could be other information
Absolutely.
also. If you read that statement of Apple. So therefore, before actually reading that statement, has opposition or a section of opposition leaders jumped the gun, as Manish Barrier is alleging?
No, this is, as I said, this is very something very serious. That something is definitely fishy, Madhav. Who's doing it is a matter of investigation, no doubt about it. Who's doing it? People from India are doing it, the state is doing it, or people sitting abroad or independent agencies, as one of our fellow panelists said. But the question again comes that why only to the opposition leaders? Why not to the leaders from the Bharatiya Janata Party or ministers or even the Prime Minister? You never know. And what Mr. Guru Prasad, I asked Mr. Guru Prasad, he was unable to reply to my question. And today what is happening in the country is very, it's very shocking. Today I read a news, it said that the dark web is selling Indian data. It says that they have a data of 81.5 crore people in India with Aadhaar card. What is happening in India? As Guru Prasad ji just said that we are a very competent government and we will not let anyone leak our data. And what is the dark web saying? So these things are definitely very serious and shocking. So whatever it is, the government should go into the probe and they must investigate as to why the opposition leaders and the only opposition leaders are being targeted. This is something very fishy. I think somewhere or the other the government is definitely, or the state is definitely involved into that.
Okay, Guru Prakash, please respond to that.
No, so I was listening to the previous speaker, and let me remind him that the government of India has come out with the private data protection bill and personal data protection bill, and that has happened only in the last session of the government, unlike the Congress government that took almost 30 years to pass the Information Technology Act. So that is the pace with which we are going. So thank you for your concern, but data, personal and private data is of topmost priority for the government of India. Number two, when you say that the opposition leaders are being cornered, opposition leaders are being concerned, I have to quote an incident to you. Madhav, just give me a couple of seconds. So in 2021, it was Madam Priyanka Gandhi who made an allegation that her children Instagram account, Miraya Vadra and Rehan Vadra, had been compromised. So Madam Priyanka Gandhi goes on record and makes an allegation that her children's Instagram accounts are being compromised. But on the contrary, when there was an investigation, it was revealed by Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, the CERT.in, that they never gave the data of their children's account. They were not willing to share it. So similar is the case. Mr. Rahul Gandhi will make an allegation but will not give his phone. Madam Priyanka Gandhi will make an allegation but will not share the details. What is this? If you have any faith in the Indian judicial system, then the judiciary is an option that is available to you. You go to judiciary, you go to police station and file an FIR. This is a pure stunt, Madhav, which we must understand just to seek some media attention so that Mr. Madhav can do a debate at 7 p.m. on the Times Now and we get some attention. Because you don't have any concrete issues. You are bereft of any positive concrete issues. There is no leadership. The India Alliance leaders are fighting with one another. We are seeing so little coordination in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, which the Congress party is going to lose. The India Alliance is going to face a defeat. But you will not speak about that. Mr. Rahul Gandhi will make an international trip to Uzbekistan, but will not spend time here in the democratic process of election.
So
this is pure, hollow, shallow approach of the Congress party.
Okay, I'm going to allow Rohan to come in on that. Yes, Rohan.
I'm just going to say this. So the opposition party called up Mr. Tim Cook. We made this whole plot. We got Apple to send out this email to our specific leaders and to 150 other countries that your device is under threat, and please, but it's not a big deal. And what previously what Mr. Guru Prakash just said, Madhav, I don't know if you have a kid or, if he has a kid, you will not share your kid's phone with anyone. I'm sorry to say, sir, you don't share your kid's phone with strangers. You don't give it away.
Even when you
what are you going on? Have you lost your mind?
This is preposterous.
Just stop.
No, Madhav, this is preposterous. If you know that your phone is compromised, then you will go ahead and share your phone. For investigation, for the purpose of investigation. What sort of mindset is this, Madhav? I don't understand. If my phone is compromised, I will share my phone with the investigative agencies, but you are not willing to do that. This shows the shallowness of your allegations.
The accusation is against you. You're not going to investigate that accusation, sir. You don't give your children's phone to any stranger. Please get your facts right.
Okay, let me bring in Manish on that. Let me bring in Manish. Manish, how can the government be investigating its own case where it is accused by opposition leaders of snooping? Yeah, that's against the principles of natural justice, is I think what Rohan Mitra is trying to say. Why not give it to an impartial, independent body? Yeah, Manish.
That's why it is important for them to file a FIR. Because once you file an FIR, it shows that you are sincere about your acquisitions. Because that's the first step. Right, let the court really, take this to and court-appointed committee take it to justice. If you do not really have that kind of a, confidence on the government, so the first step has to be done by each of these leaders, and then take it forward. I would like to add one more thing, Madhav. In fact, Mr. Mitra has been always talking about that. Why would somebody give a phone? My counter question is that in case your phone is on surveillance, or if somebody gets a threat call, the first thing which we do is to inform police, and police puts our phone on surveillance to ensure that whoever is actually, giving threat calls and all that is caught. So that's a normal thing. Anybody whose phone gets compromised, they have to put it to investigation agencies for them to really find out and do some forensic exercise to ensure from where it is happening. Otherwise, how will they really check?
All right. Completely out of time, gentlemen. Completely out of time. It's been a very engaging discussion. Of course, two diametrically opposite points of view. We'll have to see, of course, what that investigation finally yields. More on this at 10 o'clock this evening. But for the moment, I'd like to thank Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, Manish Baria, Rohan Mitra, and Vivek Salas for joining us on the Snoopgate debate.